Hello, and welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot, a place of self-transformation through illumination. My name is Desiree, and this video is a tarot reading for the energy of Gemini. Oh my gosh, I just drew a complete blank right there. I was looking straight at my die too. I made this. It glows in the dark, and its little companion glows in the dark in the opposite way. Anyway, I was looking straight at this, and I drew a blank. I don't even know. I kind of thought Pisces, but anyway, I am drinking some tea here. It is early in the morning. However, I have been up since 5:30. So, that's going on. That's pretty close to 3 hours already now. We did wake up with headaches for some reason, my daughter and I. I don't know about everybody else, but I still have a headache. I don't quite like to take aspirin or any kind of medicine. I try to work it out. Usually headaches are because of dehydration. So I've been drinking water. Now I'm going to try some tea. I'm trying some caffeine. I don't know if I doubt it's a caffeine headache because I've also been sneezing. So it either could be allergies or a cold. So who knows? I've already had my cold for this year, so I don't think I should be having another one. Thank you very much. Okay, anyway, let's get started. So I've been using 3 decks for this series. The Tarot Avatara by Gabby Angus West. This is an oracle deck called the Medicine Woman Oracle, and we will draw this card at the end. And here is the Tattoo Tarot by Megamundan. So I start all of my readings off with 3 cards from the first deck, and those are the 3 main energies that we are reading from. So I said this is for the energy of Gemini. However, I feel that we all have Gemini in our charts, and we do because of the house system. So if you don't have a sun or a planet in Gemini, you have a house in Gemini, and so you will express that house in by way of Gemini. Okay, so I urge you to check out your birth chart. I have links at the very bottom of the description. I have a link for true constellational birth chart pulling, and then I have a link for tropical. Astro theme is tropical, and Dr. Danny does constellational, so they both have free charts available. And I also am offering an introductory offering of readings, birth chart readings for $5. So I am studying under Dr. Danny. She's wonderful. Go check out her channel, at Dr. Danny Astrology on YouTube. And I've been studying under her for the past, I don't know, maybe about a month now. So I've read 2 charts already, in addition to, actually 1. And then I've read, of course, others as practice. But anyhow, those are your options. It's always good to know what the stars say and what you are, what you're here to do and what your strengths and weaknesses are. All right, let's see what's going on with you, Gemini. Queen of Pentacles, Water of Earth. Ooh, 6 of Cups, more water. And 7 of Pentacles, Earth. 7 of Pentacles is in reverse. Okay, so this is a Thoth-based deck. And so in Thoth, 7 of Pentacles is not reaping what you sow. It's actually failure. And so this deck shows a woman crying, and these are all of her babies that she was unable to have. And so this card represents failure in that. So, however, that card is in reverse. So I feel like perhaps you might even be moving on from a situation in which there was a past failure, and you have really come to terms with what has happened, how it has affected you in reality, and and you are really working with those emotions to kind of bring you back to a place of happiness. So far, this is looking like a really good reading for you, Gemini. I do see that there's been some healing happening in regards to this past failure here. And yes, you know, we do get upset, especially when we want something so badly and we don't get it. Oh, it's funny that I say that. I went on a job interview yesterday and it seemed to have went so well, and I sent the thank you email and everything, and I haven't heard back. Oh my gosh. I know it hasn't even been 24 hours, but you know how the mind gets going. But anyway, things, I was just talking with my ancestors, and I was thanking them for the how well it went yesterday, and I know that even if I don't get this job, that it's not it wasn't for me, and it might seem like it in my little human eyes, but I do feel that my ancestors are really looking out for me and trying to find the best fit for me. I think I've already split, didn't I? I did, but I'm doing it again. All right. So now I'm going to pull, I believe it's 9 cards here. Yes, it's 9. 3 of coins, death in reverse, 5 of wands. Oh, hey, kitty. This is Sparkle. Can I fit this card right under here, Sparks? 8 of swords, 6 of coins in reverse. He really has to investigate. I knew he was going to jump up here because of the way he was acting. He tries to do it slyly because sometimes I don't let him, and so and so he tries to trick me. 9 of coins, 9 of swords, 7 of cups. Ooh, right under the 6 of cups. This is good. This is really good. And then we've got Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. So the only major arcana we have showing up here is death in reverse. And then we have 2 courts, which are both queens. So this is both water energy coming from both fire over here, earth over here. And I do see a predominance of earth and water in this reading. And what that's telling me is that those are both feminine energies, very they're both passive, okay, and receptive. And so it's telling me that you really, the underlying message here is that there is a feeling, an overall just aura of really understanding and knowing and allowing and just going with the flow, not so much taking the bull by the horn and directing it. You've really allowed things to just happen. You've kind of given up that need, that necessity to try to control everything. And I to me, it feels like it's quite liberating for you to finally be released of that burden and trying to control things, because as you well know, it's it's exhausting to try to control every single thing. And while it might seem like that is what you need and that is what you have to have, I think it's more of a well, obviously a control issue, but it's more of a situation where you just have to be busy doing something as opposed to using that busy energy for something else. So it's kind of like, I would say, an addiction in a way, but in a different way. You're using the need to control as a means to ignore what is going on around you. Okay. And but I see you moving away from that, which is awesome. It's great. And let's see what I see here with Death, Three of Coins, and the Nine of Swords. So this Mega Mundane deck, by the way, is kind of RWS, but I don't necessarily always read it like RWS. Sometimes there's little nods and um, little like little clues that this card is to be read, these cards are to be read a certain way. But for the most part, this is a pip deck. See, we have the Five of Wands here, and generally that's like conflict. You know, Eight of Swords is the card of where that lady is tied up, blindfolded around eight swords. Not a very happy camper there. But here we have a star in the middle, which is of hope, right? And so the way that I'm reading this deck, just so you know, the way that I read this deck is more of a Marseille style deck, more numerology, and my numerology kind of shifts. It shifts from the Kabbalistic thought of, you know, one being the ultimate best number, and as we get further and further away from one, we're getting further and further away from source. That's one way to read it. Another way to read is to think that you start out as one and you're increasing and getting better and better, and then once you get to 10, that is like a new beginning, right? Because you're back at one. So where was I? Oh, right. Death, Three of Coins, Nine of Swords. So for what I see here, we've got our Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Coins, and threes are a building. It's a creativity coming together. One and a two come together to make three, so it's like it's a birth almost. It's a happy family, if you will, and the Holy Trinity. And so what I'm seeing here, even with Death being in reverse, you know, Death is about transformation. I feel like you have kind of you've gone through this, not kind of, you've gone through this transformation, and you've put in this work, and you're creating something very beautiful. And you've done the physical work, the emotional work with this Queen of Pentacles here, and it's changing your mindset. I see this Nine of Swords as an ending of an ending, yet a new beginning of a mentality, of a way of thinking, of a way of using your mind to get you places, to manifest for you. Where when you were living in this energy of disappointment and sadness, your mind was elsewhere. Your mind was really focused on this loss that you experienced. Then we have here the Six of Cups, and Six of Cups, in this deck. You know what? Let me get the book out on this one. I am not quite familiar with Thoth, right? I started studying it, and I just kind of got behind. I got up to like the Hermit in the majors. And then I got this Terra Avatara deck. And this deck is just, the art in this deck is just so beautiful. I have a flip through if you're interested in it. And this deck is centered around Frida Kahlo, which is a Mexican artist in the early 1900s, a surrealist artist. And she experienced a lot of physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain as well. So let's see. So the meaning in this is gifts to found in one's past, a message from your ancestors, passing on the knowledge, spending time with your inner child. So this is kind of like the RWS in a way. Edward E. Waite, he, is it E. Waite? Oh man, I don't know. Hey, there's an eclipse coming up, and there's also a full moon. We're still in the waxing phase, so we're not quite to 100% yet, but it's all happening in Virgo. Is it a full moon in Virgo? I thought the sun was in Virgo. You know what? Let me check on that. I have to check because I could have sworn the full moon was in Virgo, but then the sun is in Virgo. Oh, goodness. If you can hear that clicking noise, that's my phone. I am getting a delivery today. My mouse keeps acting up, and I had to get a new mouse. All right, let's go to the sky. So I use this app called Stellarium. I've been using it for, I don't know, maybe about 5 years now. My husband actually turned me on to it. All right, let's see. Where are you? So the moon, oh, she moved. There she is. The moon is in Aquarius. Oh, okay. Along with Saturn. All right. And see, that's what I thought. I don't know why I thought the full moon was in Virgo. And so the sun just entered Virgo. All right. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I knew that wasn't right when I said, because, you can't have a full moon and the moon and sun be in the same sign. That just doesn't work. Okay, so back to this. Sun in Virgo, moon is in Aquarius. And why you need to know that is because if you have something in your natal chart when you were born, and there is maybe an aspect, a placement, for instance, if your moon is in Virgo and the moon is in Virgo now, there are some energies that are going to affect you and that you can work with or need to be aware of, that they might kind of send you into this fuzzy place. I know I was really fuzzy this past week. Actually, my fuzziness has quite cleared up now. But I am, that's what I was just thinking just now, was because my my dendrites weren't quite communicating with one another. And so I thought maybe the moon was in Virgo. Well, we're having a full moon in Virgo. All right, I digress. So we've got the Six of Cups here, and this is basically nostalgia. And that's what I was saying earlier, was that you've gone through some healing. And this card in the book, the card did say this is your ancestors talking to you. And that's amazing. That is wonderful when we get messages from the other side, because they're all seeing, they're all knowing, they're all feeling. And they have a connection to you, a connection to your well-being. And so with this card here, we've got the Five of Wands, Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Now, the Five of Wands can usually mean like a conflict, right? But I'm not reading that as a conflict. When I see five, I see us moving away from like the fifth element almost, right? You've got fire, water, air, and earth. And then you have and that creates a nice square. So when you got a five, you now have a pentagon, which is a pinnacle, right? It has a pinnacle. It has a little steeple at the top, and that's shooting you up into the ether, and it's focusing energy upwards, and or it could be downwards, but it's focusing energy upwards, almost like a laser, and it's also like an antenna type of thing as well. So it's the fifth element of ether, in which it brings you closer to the divine. And so I feel like that is actually what's happening here. We have this pinnacle coming up to the ancestors. We have the Eight of Swords, which is a very stability of mind, of thought. And then we have the Seven of Cups here, and a seven is a very it's a magical number because it's 3 and 4 coming together. It's the union of masculinity and femininity. It is the reunification and coming back together and coming back together and working to create the stability of the 8. So what I'm seeing here is a very solid emotional body, a very solid spiritual body, and a very solid mental situation in which you fully understand what has happened to you, why it has happened to you, and what you're going to do with that energy going forward. So I see this as beautiful. Just coming out of the depths of this disappointment, this sadness over here, and being able to transmute that energy into what has become or what is becoming now is just absolutely it's beautiful. It's serene, and I feel that you were coming from torment and tumultuousness and just tower after tower. And I think after this final disappointment or this final sadness, after it's almost like a light kind of clicked for you, and you just sort of, you opened up, you bloomed, you blossomed, and you're able to really to understand not only your emotions, but understand where it went wrong, and how you could have not even made it better. I don't even think you were living in the past. I think you just kind of understood your part in it, and now you just have a clarity on how to move forward, why you need to move forward. And this is just like a notch in the belt. It's wisdom that you've gained. And so right under this disappointment card, we've got the 6 of Coins in reverse. We have the 9 of Coins upright, and then the Queen of Wands here. And so what I see here is that you're sitting with what you have, and you're okay with it. You're not trying to make excuses. And with our 9 of Coins here, that number is the ending slash beginning, right? You've gotten to this spot where you're okay with everything, and you're not trying to control things, and you're not really trying to make moves that are artificial. Okay, sometimes when we make those artificial moves, they're not exactly, we force things, they're not exactly what we need or really what we wanted. It's just what our human brain thought that we needed and wanted. So beautiful reading for you, Gemini. I see healing, I see change, I see a happiness, a contentment that you haven't ever really felt before. And even if you don't feel it now, it's coming, okay? All right, we are going to pull a Medicine Woman Oracle card. This deck has, what is it, 4, I think it's 4 different colors, maybe it's 5. And they represent different aspects. There's like a totem, there is some feminine energy, and I'd have to check the book out. I just love this green. This green is just beautiful. All right. So here is your card right on top. Purification. Raise your vibrations by caring for your energy. And that's probably what you do need to do after this immense healing, this immense energy flow, this immense change that has gone through your being, your energy. It's time to just kind of wash everything out and begin anew. All right, so let's go Let's see what this color means first. What this section means. I wonder if it says at the beginning. So these are medicine action cards. To rehabilitate our original nature, we need to find our medicine to heal the memories passed down since the dawn of time. Kindle the flame of pulsating life and stand tall on the path of our rebirth. This active practice proposes to heal the wounds of the past, to re-enchant the world with our divine presence, chants, and drums. It is the yang aspect of the wheel, a journey of empowerment. And perhaps this might have to do with some ancestral healing as well, because as we heal ourselves, we heal our ancestral line. Okay. And I definitely feel that, because I've done some immense healing for myself, but it has also healed my ancestral line, thus has made me closer to them. And I think even the people that are still here on this earth, they can see the healing that I've gone through, and I think it helps them as well. So let's read your card, number 36, 3, 6, and then those added together make a 9. Raise your vibrations by caring for your energy. We are vibratory beings. At the heart of our evolution is the energy dimension of our being. Becoming aware of this potential can increase our subtle feelings and at the same time recharge our energy. This opens us up to new fields of understanding life's true nature. We are energy, and we can be channels of divine and terrestrial energy to create fulfilling lives for ourselves in accord with universal law, as long as we purify our energies. This card is an invitation to take care of your energy. Remember, we are like sponges. We soak up everything, positive or negative. Check where you are in terms of energy. Depending on who you are with, you may already have felt yourself being rejuvenated or exhausted. Places also have an impact on your energy. This is particularly so for sensitive people when they find themselves in a crowd, store, or subway. It is vital for you to learn to protect yourself and to rest and recuperate regularly, to pulsate with energy. That is your true nature. Your medicine action. Protection bubble practice. Make a consciously aware diagnosis of your energy. How do you feel? Are you full of joy and exuberance or flat and listless? What you feel may be subtle, but it can be discerned, like heaviness, fatigue, or sadness. In this practice, the process involves releasing what weighs on you and expressing things in a positive way. Sitting with your legs crossed, visualize being showered with the golden white light that is purifying your energy. Say, I release, and then, whatever it is you're releasing. Let this energy cleanse you. Let this energy cleanse your 3 energy centers, your third eye, heart, and uterus. Draw a circle around the earth-sky axis from right to left, left to right, while visualizing a bubble of light with the words energy, positive, love, beauty, and see them glitter, and then give thanks. So that is great. That's a nice protection bubble practice. But one thing you need to know is to make that bubble, when we do bubbles like that, it can keep us from receiving things, So what I like to do is I just cleanse myself. You can cleanse yourself with a bath. Using water, right? Depending on the element. I use all of the elements, to be honest with you. I work with all of the elements. They're all on my altar. And I use them for different things. So you can use a bath, put a little bit of salt in there, maybe an essential oil. You can put some flowers, any kind of herbs that are soothing to you. I find lavender and rose are very good for self-care. As far as if you want to use fire, you can use Palo Santo is one of my favorites. I use that one quite often. Copal is good as well. You can also burn lavender, which smells delightful. And for earth, just go outside and kneel get on all fours, sit in on the ground, and just visualize the energy coming up from Mother Earth and wrapping all around your being and just cleaning you out, in and out, just a pulsating energy in and out. And for air, singing is good. And drumming is good as well. And I also use dance. And that's what I use for air. I feel the air coming around me as I'm dancing, as I'm moving. And those are great ways to just release the energy. And so you always want to keep your intent when working with cleansing yourself, when doing things like this, working with the element. You need to keep your intent clear and in the forefront of your mind what it is that you're doing. It's almost like a meditation. I guess it kind of is a meditation, but you want to keep your intent forward. And remember what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. And of course, give thanks. When you're done, give thanks to whatever element it is that helped to clear this for you, that took it from you. And yes, and what a wonderful reading for you, Gemini. I love this. I think it's great. All right, if you know of anyone who can benefit from this, Gemini or not, remember we have all of these energies in our soul because of the house system. Share this reading, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, I will be going live tonight with Dr. Danny again. I believe she's going to talk about the full moon and eclipse tonight. Actually, I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to do a reading. I'm going to pull 12 cards for all of the houses, and we are going to do a reading based on your house, so you can listen for your house, and we will we'll do a reading that way. So we're going to be using the stars and tarot. So yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. It's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.